Okay, so hello, Unlimited Wisdom family and community. I appreciate you guys being on here. Thank you, Dustin Starr, Deborah Bronner, Melody Ryba, Lisa Marie, and Sandy. I love that you guys are on here. Also, hostess with the mostest, Craig Jackman. And so this daily wisdom is going to be next level. That's what we're going to call it, is next level. And, right now with Matt doing all the stuff that he's doing with the new Unlimited Wisdom website, it really makes you, again, I talk about doing this all the time, but it's about doing inventory. And so to think that it's the 14th, on the 24th a year ago, on July 24th is when we started Unlimited Wisdom with School. And when you guys look at the YouTube channel now, and the YouTube channel's got over 3,200 videos on it. Let that click in. Like, I think 2.3, 2.4 million. Scott, Shelley, thank you for jumping on here. Hi, Michael, Michael and Angela. So what I thought I'd really is just share with you is not only am I going to share this, but I just thought it would be really cool for all of you to see. We sort of get to record it, The first thing I want to tell every one of you is you'll no longer be charged by school. Okay, so every one of you, we're going to go through and find out everyone that's been a paying member, people that have actually went out there and paid for a year in advance. We'll figure everything out, but none of you have to worry about being charged with school anymore for Unlimited Wisdom. Okay, and then we'll let you know when everything is open from that point on. But I wanted to show you guys something very interesting. Well, I guess I could just do it right there. So the reason that I'm recording this, when I say next level, I just want all of you to just see that, we hear that phrase all the time, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? Well, what I want you guys to really see is this is all of us working together here. But how many of you guys noticed that at one time with school, I think that school had at the highest, I bet you if I go back and record, I think it was like 215 or something like that. Look at Sandy, for some of you that have gotten schools. So I just was saying to Craig, how could they go from 200 and let's say 215,000 or 210,000 down to 165,000? What stopped them from growing? I'm just saying people are different. That's all they are, is just people are different. So when I go to school here and I click on my own settings, I didn't click on Unlimited Wisdom, did I? Unlimited Wisdom settings. Yeah, I did. Oh, mine. Okay, on my profile. So you can see here, I went in and glanced at it, and then I made a decision on the 24th to right here, July 24th, to join school. And yes, Sandy, I and others, I did lose my flame a couple times. It just is what it is. But hey, been doing pretty good since what, December 22nd, moving on. All right. And so one of the things I wanted to show you guys in Unlimited Wisdom is I think the highest that we got, if I went back here and clicked on, the beginning screen. But this is what I really wanted to show you guys, is when you click on Classroom here, and you click on any of these video tabs, and you see just how many videos we've done. Now, when I thought I would show you these videos, here's something that, for those of you that are watching this recorded, same thing, but thank you so much for you people that are live. I know some of you have not missed one of these. Are you guys hearing me? a lot of you have been on them all live. Some of you, if you weren't on live, you watched the recording. And so, everyone put their arm in the air and then reach like this and pat yourself on the back. Because I'm telling you, one of the biggest things in the world is just frickin' showing up. Showing up, allowing this stuff to be able to go in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, and just keep racking up. Now, when I go back to Classroom here and I click on breakthroughs, some of you are premium members, and I'm like, every one of these. I go to here. Of course, we got Posted Pilot. Then we got Master's Mind. I don't remember when we started Master's Mind, but we'll see in a second. So what? August 17th. Okay. But when you look at all the videos and content in here, how many of you guys are willing to admit that if you just keep doing content, you're going to win? You're going to win. You just, I've heard this with, Evan Carmichael when I hired him, but, Mr. B says it best. You know what I mean? It's just the consistency of just doing content, because doing the content really, really, really gets your mind. You know what I mean? All of a sudden it challenges it. It's like, maybe I'm boring. Maybe I should come up with another subject to talk about. Maybe I should learn something new. And then I can do that. I used to tell people all the time, and I remember years ago when I put up all the content, look at all the recesses. Which, believe it or not, before we launched Unlimited Wisdom, what was that? Was that just replays of live meetings? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't label everything separate until recently, so we kept everything the way as live meetings.
And then, of course, we called Outwitting the Devil, and then we got, hey, Craig, if you can make yourself a note. I think when I first started doing these videos, they were not on YouTube. They were just me doing, the simple life. So I don't know if you can, oh, look at here. I just answered my question. So you click here and you can download. Would you download the ones that are just videos that I put in and upload them to YouTube?
I probably could do that, and then we can create a whole new category. Let's see, life is simple.
Well, just.
Well, yeah, I mean, a playlist is what I mean.
Yeah, so they're under Life is Simple. This is what I started with.
Got it. Yeah, I can do that.
I wish it would say what the date was.
I don't know. Oh, well, let me see if maybe it'll have it someplace.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But I did these were the first videos that I did because I'm, which I think is another thing that I can share with you guys on this daily wisdom. You just got to start. So when I first opened Unlimited Wisdom on School, then what I did is I just started doing videos, but the videos that I did were ones that I recorded on my computer and then uploaded them to here. Do you guys hear what we're saying? And now today it's like, we just jump on Zoom and they're recorded and we go from there. Live speaking, I'm sure these are ones that I already have on YouTube. Okay, and the rest of it's all that. But I just wanted to share with you guys that moving over, there's this saying that that is really interesting, where it's not only just eating an elephant one bite at a time, but if you were going to make a brick wall, what if you just laid 1 or 2 bricks a day? You know what I mean? And then before you know it, you got a whole wall. I know there's a video out there with Will Smith that he talked about when he was really, really young, and him and his brother, his dad taught him, hi Arlene, that they just, He showed them how to mix enough concrete to lay 2 bricks each or something like that. So they knew how much, scoops of concrete to put in, how much, ounces of water to put in, how to stir it up. Now they had their concrete, throw some water on the bricks, lay the bricks, and they're done. And they had him and his brother built a brick wall in front of the brick wall of the office. And I think he even said it. I don't know if he says it in the interview, but he said, I think that he just had us do that until he got off work and then we went home. So the kids get out of school, got to come to dad's office. They got to mix some concrete, lay a few bricks. And by the time they get done with those bricks, dad's done. And then we can go home. So, just giving the kids something to do. And so, but I wanted to show you guys, all the stuff that again, I know that some of you won't believe this, but I don't care if you don't believe it, right? I very rarely do something like a project like Unlimited Wisdom and what it's going to turn into. I would never do it just because I needed something to do. Does that make sense? So when I think each and every one of you, and I mean it from my entire heart, you being on here and you guys showing up is why I do what I do. I love you guys. I just think that you're amazing. And because you're here, I'm here. But if you would have told me a year ago today, July 14th, Robert, why don't you launch Unlimited Wisdom? And then what I'd like you to do is do a live every day. I would have told you you're out of your freaking mind. It's not happening. And to prove to you guys, that's why you see life is simple, is I was struggling because I beat myself up too. I was struggling just turning the camera on and doing a video of coming out of my mind and putting that on Unlimited Wisdom. Do you guys see? It's like, now you look today and it's like, man, if we did do a live and we all didn't jump on live every day, where would you guys even think, for some of you that have been so faithful and appreciate you, if I told you you needed to be on a live every day? I ain't got time for that shit. But we built a community here, and it's like, I don't know. I used to work at a job, and all of a sudden it was always around noon. And I did find a time to take noon off to eat lunch with my other coworkers. It was just something that you did, not that, lunch isn't something that you would do already. But again, I wanted to just document with you guys, all the stuff that we're going to do moving forward, which here's a thought. Now, another thing I want to show you guys, is of course the YouTube channel now. Now, so again, 3,200 videos, 202, wow, another 1,000, another 1,000 subscribers. And then you click on here and it's what, 2.3, 3284, 2.3 million views. I'm still not where Lisa Marie is with 3,100,000. But one of the things I wanted to show you guys that we worked on is, look at here. So what I did with the playlists is, this is the daily wisdoms. This is the ask us anything. These are the masterminds. You know what I mean? So these are the recesses. So we're always going to have I'm going to do a playlist of all the breakthroughs, but I'll send it to the people that are premium members now. And you'll always have an archive of all the breakthroughs, but it'll be unlisted, right? Because that was all really personal stuff from a lot of you. So that should only be in the hands of the people that actually were there, right? Does that make sense? So I'll get that done today, and I'll make sure to send you guys. And I'm gonna send all of the paid members a personal message from me. just letting you know when your date was going to expire, when you can do whatever. Here's the stuff. But when you click on Daily Wisdom here, I wanted to bring up something. So there's 93 videos in here. Honestly, I still don't believe I got them all. You know what I mean? I don't know when we started. I do know we took some days off, but it's funny when I started scrolling, I seen this was pretty funny. Got Dino there. But there was a saying that I heard when I first plugged into Alex Hermosi. And here's something that I believe with all my heart is if people went through the videos that I have on my YouTube channel, you went through them, you took notes. When you went through them, you did it with intention, a great attitude. Once you went through the videos, if you executed and applied them, there's no doubt in my mind you can make $1 million. Zero doubt. All right. And that's what Alex Hermosi says. That's what all of them say. So for free, you can become a part of Unlimited Wisdom moving forward. But how do you guys feel about the only people? Well, I think I'm going to do a $9.97 membership, but for $9.97 a month, $9.97, those people will only get one, free members will only get one live a week. And that will be the Ask Us Anything on Saturday. We'll make that open to everyone, right? Paid members at $9.97 will get us doing the system that we're doing now, and we'll do it live. So people that want free get to see all the recordings and all the added recordings. And then at $9.97 a month, you'll get the live ones, the live ones that we do. Now, what I want to do for the premium members, I think that I want to keep it at 49, is what we'll do for the premium members is we're just bouncing some ideas out, but this sort of hit me and Craig were going back and forth, and then at 11:11 my time, we talked about inner circle. So instead of calling it breakthrough, we'll just call it inner circle. And what do you get to do in the inner circle? Whatever you need help with. All right. So if you ask for a breakthrough, I'd help you with a breakthrough. If you asked any question, if you had a comment, if we wanted to ask each other. But how many of you like the concept of inner circle? You know what I mean? It's like we haven't done an inner circle in a long time. So thank you very much for the people that raised their hand. And so I'm going to add something else. I don't know what yet. Again, when I say to you guys to get on here, Shelly, I don't know if you were on before, if you welcome. But if I want to do something else on a weekly basis for the premium people. So think about what you want. Because if we're doing an inner circle and once a week, maybe then what we do is something on a monthly basis or whatever. But you guys that are premium members need to let me know. And for those that are not premium members, what would you like me to do? Because moving forward, what you guys are going to do is I still love the concept of friend. You know what I mean? I know that a lot of you, I spent so much time with you. I consider you a friend. But do you consider me a friend? I reached out to a guy, you guys might have heard of him, Armand Peugeot. Armand Peugeot owns a network marketing called Vita de Vita or something like that. But that's one of the 68. And, I think it's 9 people now that I have that became multimillionaires by starting their own network marketing company. And so it was funny. And I said this before, but I reached out to Armand and he immediately responds back. And I said, listen, I want to talk to you when you got time. He says, I'm in Mexico. We'll talk next week for sure. And I said to him, I said, thank you so much for getting back to me so quick. And he goes, I've known you for 15 years. And when I was a nobody, you got back to me. There are certain people that are in my inner circle that gets immediate replies. And for some of you that have been, I don't know if we still call it premium level, but for some of you that are really, really close to me, it doesn't take me long to get back to you. You know what I mean? And that should, do you guys remember call waiting on phones? Right? You know what I used to call that? A popularity contest, an instant popularity contest. Because if I'm on the phone with Coach Bob and all of a sudden I hear beep, beep, and he goes, Robert, hang on. I'm not at the top of the list. there's somebody more important than me. And, Coach Bob is a dear enough friend where I know that maybe it was one of his kids or Bev, right? Okay, so maybe I slide above everybody else, you know what I mean? But I am so excited about unlimited wisdom. And let me share with some of you because I know some of you decided to become school members, right? And I appreciate you for doing that. I mean, you built your own school. It's like I know that you probably didn't get your school to where we got our school. But I just wanted you guys to know that I think that it's very, very interesting because moving forward, especially after, watching all the Chosen episodes, I like just simply being called a teacher and a friend. Does that make sense to you guys? And so what you're going to see me do moving forward is I had a really, really close friend of mine. Some of you guys know him too, Mark Aceta. And he reached out to me and he goes, Robert, would you ever do any consulting for companies? I've never thought of it. And I said to him, some of you will love this joke, some of you won't. And I said, listen, right now I'm a paid consultant. That's the position with Immunitech. And I said, hey, I've been a paid consultant since the middle of November of last year. And then I told him what that meant. He goes, man, that's a good name, affiliate, representative, distributor, consultant, right? And so what I want to do moving forward as we launch the new Unlimited Wisdom is you're going to see me really, really go into that place that we talked about because I don't think that any one of you could argue with me, not that you need to or debate me, but I know for a fact if you have an incredible relationship with a higher power, you can ask questions, get immediate answers. But instead of asking questions, you just can ask for help and guidance. And then everything else that you do in your life is really, really simplistic. I don't think I've ever said that ever. So if every one of you, whatever you call that higher power, let's say that you were so connected that you knew that you knew that you knew that you were being guided and helped. What couldn't you do? Bless you, Craig. I mean, just honestly, what couldn't you do? Would it help you in being a husband? Would it help you in being a father, a grandfather? Would it help you with being a brother or a sister? A son or a daughter? It's really pretty interesting. Matthew brought this up when he asked me, through his life, what books he should read. And when he read, Win Friends and Influence People, it's like his relationship was always good with me, but our relationship went to a level of 10 because he looked at that book and read that book and he went, everyone doesn't think like me. Everyone doesn't hear like me. that he took a personal interest in knowing who I was and who his mother was and who his brother was. And then, of course, when I exposed him to personalities, you know, then he understood that. And then he also understood that it's better to listen than talk. And so I'm telling you that I think you guys know this already, but the confidence that Matt has right now is I can just introduce him to anybody. And within minutes, he builds a rapport with them. He finds out what they need. He gives them a game plan on how he can help them. And then he's got another friend, another business client, another person that you could do it. So I didn't want him to build unlimited wisdom for me, you guys. I didn't. And then he said, Dad, if I build unlimited wisdom, when we finish it and you start sharing it with it, how many of you guys know people that think the best thing to do in the world is build a brand? How are they going to look at unlimited wisdom and think that they produce a better brand, a better website, a better front office, a better back office? They're going to go in there and go, geez, this makes my website look like garbage. And so, of course, Matt's going to put it on Hollis organization as part of his portfolio. And then we can start going out there and talking to, hey, look at this site. You know what I mean? So you guys are also going to see me doing not only consulting, but you guys are also going to see me start doing, don't know the words for it yet, it'll come to me, like private sessions. See, I don't want to call it coaching or mentoring or I don't know. I just like teacher. Maybe it's a private session. I don't like one-on-one. Greg just put that on there. Yeah, that's okay. That it just doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't mean it's not good, Craig. You know that. That's how we bounced off all the other ideas. But there's something that I would like to offer to people that if they want to do something with me one-on-one, isn't that crazy? Privately, I like maybe it's just as simple as private meeting. Again, I just think that a personal fortune teller. Thank you, Jim. That is for people that know me really, really good. They go, yeah, that sounds like Robert. But thank you, Jim. It's yeah, I'm very, very, very blessed to let go and let God and have that talk through me. And so I don't know if I'm missing any other things. Matt has not given us an okay yet to sign up as beta people yet. And yeah, that's what I thought I would do on this daily wisdom is just personally record, personally record, and so the next payday for us, I mean not payday, yeah, school's payday is July 24th, and I'm not going to renew. So I don't know what that does for Coach Bob. Craig went in today. Maybe I can get Craig to speak on this a little bit. But Craig went in today, and the only people that we got email addresses to is people that have paid us.
Yeah, 49 of them out of the 1,800 plus.
So they were smart enough that if you wanted to reach out to them, you'd have to reach out to them on school. You know what I mean? But Bob already knows where I sit on that. It's like I'd rather talk to the new people. Here's the phrase that got beat in my head, Bob, for 37 years. It's funner and more excited to give birth than resurrect the dead. And Coach Bob is a professional marketer. I mean that. So when he had all the customers that he had back in HempWorks, All of you have seen what he's done once he got into Immunotech, and he went out there and found a way to connect with either, probably 300 or 400 previous customers that he had to got them to buy again. So I don't need to be telling Coach Bob that we can't resurrect the dead. So, anyone have any questions? If anyone has any questions, Craig,
All right, I think I saw Coach Bob's hand go up.
well, of
So let me,
course, of course.
of course, of course. So there we go. All right, Coach Bob, unmute. I'm going to go ahead and set up the spotlighting here. So hang on.
Hey, what is all this stuff? No, hi, Robert.
Hey, Coach
Uh,
Bob, you wouldn't believe how much grief I get uh, when we get off calls because my wife just loves you,
oh,
and
does
she's
she?
like,
Yeah.
why you keep joking with Coach Bob? And I go, hey, we got that kind of friendship. He does it to me too.
Oh,
And she
yeah.
goes, I've never heard him ever say anything negative about you.
I
So
just love her. You've got a great wife. You got to
oh,
give her a big
she's
hug for me. She's just phenomenal.
I think we talked about this on Master's Mind. We're talking about, you and Sandy and Melody, some of the people we can have people that have been around forever, and they can also have a section inside of Unlimited Wisdom teaching what they want to do. And that is like really cool. And so I wrote down on a piece of paper here that, Terry could do a section called Tough Love. Sandy is probably going to be our code teacher in there.
Yeah, I'd
Hey,
love to.
I've seen some crazy sides of Melody. Melody will get in your grill if you're
Well,
not paying attention.
I've heard her on the show. I can imagine.
What's your question?
So I was just wondering if you just drop that school down to 9.99 and just keep it there and use it like a feeder program. I know I talked to you about this before,
Um,
and
I
just
will
feed
look
them
at
into.
that. I will
Do you,
look at that.
do you know what I mean? Because they do that a lot on school, right? Some people will have like two schools, one a free one that people can just get in free, and then the other one is the paid, right? So
I don't even know what I don't know what you get for the 9.99 versus the 99.
so mine that I have one for 9.99. So I only can have one administrator, and then
Oh,
I can't offer a pay per program on there.
oh,
So
perfect. That's exactly what I'll do then.
so but I can still post and do all that. I just can't but for 9.99 I think, but we'd have to have someone, one of us just go in there and be administrator once in a while, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, you couldn't leave it, we couldn't just leave it there. We'd have to at least post a little bit in there. But I think it'd be a good feeder program into yours. We could give it a try for a while.
Right.
It's just a suggestion because there's a lot of people in there that might not go in there all the time. They come in
Yeah.
once in a while and
Maybe not only do the 9.99, but if I only can have one administrator, maybe it's you.
yeah, I'd be happy to help you out there if you want to
Not
do
that I
that.
want to demote Craig and Matt, but I'd like them focused on the new Unlimited Wisdom.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could go in there once a day.
Craig's got Craig's got enough to do with the YouTube channel and stuff.
Oh, yeah. 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 It's just a thought, Robert. I was just thinking,
Thank you, thank you. That's
yeah,
exactly what I'll do. I'll do that.
see
So
how that
I'll,
works. And if you can, I mean, I'd be happy to administrate it and just go in there, just so it doesn't get out of hand.
okay, cool, cool.
All right.
I think,
Thanks.
yeah, because once we do the move over, of course, I'm going to go in there and do a couple of personal videos that we can tag at the very top of that thing so people
Right.
know what's going on. It's like, where is everyone? Maybe that's the title.
Right.
What's happening? Well, thank you, Coach Bob.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you too.
Yep.
All right. Is there anybody else? I did post in. You could raise your hand, or now that I've got everybody on the screen, I can see everybody if you want to share something
Yeah,
at the moment.
one of the things I'll throw out there too is I seen Jim here put, money's the issue, and I totally get it, Jim. One of the things that my entire life's always been about is going through ups and downs on a financial level. It's just it's life. It really truly is. And so we'll really figure out a way for you to participate moving forward. I believe that Matt's gonna put an affiliate program together like we had with school, but it'll be a lot easier because it's just Matt. Matt will put and so there'll be things that we'll be able to do, Jim, like the think that the only thing that you're going to be missing moving forward is you'll get to be on every live except for one a week, which is like where you are now, right? Yeah, it's like so you'll be able to get on all the lives for $9.97, and instead of yeah. So, but we'll figure it out, Jim. You reach out to me and we'll make sure. Yeah. Any other
Okay.
questions? Hi,
Any,
Scott.
anybody else?
Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? I, I don't know why that's always playing in my head.
All right. I think
Yeah.
that's it then.
Well, I love you guys. Thank you, Scott, Shelly, Star, Deborah, Melody, Lisa Marie, Jim, Erlene, Dustin, Michael and Angela, Coach Bob, Sandy, and of course, the hostess with the mostest, Craig Jackman. I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow on the Daily Wisdom. We'll figure out some stuff to talk about until we close out or move on, move on. So we're just going to go to PhD school. Nah, I don't like that. I got to find something else we're going to. Just hey, I guess I called it next level at the beginning. That's just where we're going to go, next level. All right. Love you guys.